Hello, and welcome to the Accountability Coach podcast, where we discuss proven business success principles related to helping you make more money and work less so you can enjoy having your ideal business and your ideal life. This is Bachrach. Today we have a special guest with us who I know will help you find peace in your everyday hectic life so you can be even healthier, happier, and more successful. Swanson is the author of the internationally best-selling book, Science of Yoga, which has been translated into over 15 languages. Her newest book, Meditation for the Real World, illuminates the fascinating science behind meditation with step-by-step practices and blends cutting-edge research with ancient wisdom. Pretty cool, right? Resulting in realistic techniques that you won't just learn, you'll love to live by from this day forward. Well, welcome, Anne. We really appreciate you joining us.
It's so great to be here, Anne.
I know. It's so weird. I'm interviewing somebody whose name is Anne, and my name is Anne. I don't think that's ever happened in the whole time I've been doing this since 2008. It's pretty crazy.
Wow, really? Well, you are Anne with an E, and I'm without an E, so there's that.
There's that little nuance. All right. So as you know, I like to get really right into it. So I'm just curious, what are the science-backed benefits of meditation?
There are so many. There's been exponential growth of research on meditation over the last decade and 2 decades, really. And we found that it's obviously very good for your brain. And as we age, our brain tissue in very critical areas gets smaller. And meditation has been shown to create connectivity and rebuild the brain tissue in those critical areas. So you are able to focus better, have better memory. It can help with mental health, mental resilience, challenges in life, stress resilience. And then it also helps with every other system of your body too. It helps you have less sick days at work. Cardiovascular health is a huge area, helping you to lower your blood pressure, lower your heart rate, cholesterol. All the markers of good cardiovascular health are improved through meditation, and breathwork too, the breathing we often do in meditation. And it helps with your blood flow. It helps with, I could go on and on. I think the biggest things is that it helps with mental health. That's probably the biggest area of research, because if we can be more resilient and strong in our ability to emotionally regulate, that's going to help everything in our life. But it also helps, it's boot camp for your focus. So it helps you focus. I think that's also pretty huge.
I like the fact that you actually elaborated on that, because I think that just by people saying it helps mental health, I don't know that everybody would understand what exactly that means. So I really appreciate you going into more depth about what does that really mean. And I'm actually flabbergasted by how much and how many benefits there are to meditation, because I had no idea that it can positively impact so many areas of our life. So I appreciate that.
Absolutely. And it's going to help your sleep too. That's an area that I think all of us could use help with.
Oh, I totally agree with that one. I think, sleep has become also more important, and people are becoming more aware of sleep, how much sleep they're getting or not getting, how much good sleep they're getting or not getting. And I think that's a super important area that has been, thank goodness, more in focus as well. So let's say that I've never meditated, or I'm bad at meditating. My mind wanders, or I don't really know how to do it right. What do you tell somebody who has that perception or those types of comments?
The most common misconception is, I can't meditate because my mind wanders too much. And really that misses the point, because all of our minds wander. Even the most advanced meditators, their minds wander during meditation. Mind wandering is a part of meditation. The key other parts of meditation are noticing your mind wandering compared to everyday life, where we just kind of do it and we don't really catch ourselves. you notice, and then you redirect back to the focal point. And that picks up specific brain network activity that helps you be able to do that better in everyday life so that you're able to catch yourself mind wandering. And often we mind wander to negative things, right? Critical things or worries. So you catch yourself, you notice, you stop believing your thoughts, and you come back to whatever you're focusing on. So I say meditation is not stopping your thoughts. It's really stopping believing all your thoughts and that chatter in your head all day.
And it's important what you just said also is most of our thoughts or many of our thoughts are negative.
Yeah. Yeah, humans have a natural negativity bias. Your brain is here to protect you. It's actually a good thing. We're constantly scanning for threats. However, in the modern world, we're not, scanning for a tiger chasing after us. Our lifespans are much longer nowadays. Instead, we're scanning for that stressful email. And our brain doesn't know the difference. So we react as if a tiger is after us. We release the same chemical cocktail of stress hormones in our system. And that's where the problem really lies. So that's why I say it's stopping believing your thoughts. That email is not going to kill you. So stepping back and becoming an observer of that mental chatter, the negativity, oh my gosh, this is bad. Oh my gosh, why did I say that last week? Or whatever comes to your mind, and being able to kind of be more in a relaxed focus and able to see things as they are.
That's super, super important. So how can we develop a consistent, is obviously the key word here, meditation practice going forward? So a lot of times, obviously, when you start something, I'd like to do this. It's just like exercise, right? And meditation is somewhat a form of exercise to some degree.
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, I want to do this. So, it's like the New Year's resolutions. You do it for a few weeks and then everything falls off and you don't do it anymore. So how do we really develop that consistent practice that we can sustain and really make a difference for us?
Well, the tried and true way to develop any habit is to pair it with something you already do and have a strong habit of. So, for example, you make tea or coffee in the morning and you enjoy sitting and drinking it. Okay, well, set it aside. Smell it brewing. And during that time, before you take your first sip, that's when you do your 5-minute, 10-minute, 1-minute meditation. You do a very brief meditation practice before you have that first step. I also think of like little cues that I can integrate these 1-minute meditations through my day. Before I send that stressful email, I turn my chair around and I look out the window, broaden your vision. We're so used to narrow vision on these screens. Your eyes are meant to take in more. Broaden your vision. Look at a tree. Pause. Check in with your body. Your body knows all. You have a gut feeling. You have heaviness in your chest or your heart. You know when something's right or wrong. You'll get that intuition. You'll be able to turn back and answer that email with more clarity and calm. And so I embed these like 1-minute meditations before critical moments in my day. Or if you have a little break, you arrive early to pick up your kids from school. That's when you have that moment rather than scrolling while you wait. Meditate while you wait. Just 1 minute, check in with your 5 senses. Notice what you see, hear, feel, taste, and smell. Do that for just a minute or less and you'll feel a difference.
Wow. Well, that brings up the next question. So I can do this for a minute, so therefore I can just snap it in with something else I'm doing to be more consistent. What's an ideal, if there is such a thing, length of time to actually meditate for it to work and make a difference?
That's a great question because traditionally it's 20 to 60 minutes. 20 would be even very short. But then we're seeing, these shorter practices do better in the research. So they started researching those longer practices and then they went to, now 10 minutes and we're seeing, wow, that makes a difference. Now more and more research is coming out of 5 minutes. Seeing huge improvements in your immune markers in just 5 minutes and lowering your cortisol levels, your stress hormones. We're seeing these benefits and also 3-minute practices making a difference. So my guess is that we're going to be researching shorter and shorter practices, just like we've been doing with exercise. We've been finding out that physical exercise is better in these smaller bursts, these movement snacks throughout your day. Because think about it, we're supposed to be just moving through our day, not 1 hour, 3 times a week. And so if you move throughout your day, you have increased blood flow throughout the day. You have lower blood sugar levels if you take a 2-minute walk after a meal. They're finding just 2 minutes of walking after a meal, that's the ideal time to walk if you're going to walk, right? 10 minutes is really ideal. So I think the same for meditation. It's like 1 minute, 2 minutes, but 10 minutes would be great if you could fit that in.
It's just like exercise, right? Something's always better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So when you can fit in 1 minute, that's better than nothing. So, hey, ideally, I'd like to do 10 minutes. However, I can't fit 10 minutes in, so can I fit 5 minutes in, 2 minutes in? And so something is always better than nothing. Wouldn't you agree?
Absolutely. And I think that's something, that 1 minute meditation, if placed in a critical moment in your day, could be even better than a 10-minute meditation. For example, you're about to go into a meeting. It's a stressful meeting. You've been rushing around. Go in the bathroom stall. Take a minute to yourself. Don't scroll. Don't be worrying about the meeting. Just be. Just check in with your body. I think you'll come into that meeting with a greater sense of clarity and see the results immediately. So if you can fit these 1 minute meditations into critical moments in your day, you're going to feel immediate effects that affect your life.
That's such good advice, such good advice. Let me ask you another question. How do you define meditation? What's your definition of meditation so that we're really all on the same page with what you're thinking?
Yeah, when I wrote my recent book, Meditation for the Real World, I had to define it right up front. I was like, this is hard. So I looked at all the traditions as well as the research papers, and the simple definition I can give you is it's focusing in a relaxed way. Now, the teacher will give you whatever to focus on. I've given you a few examples. Your body sensations is a great example. Your breath is something you could use as your focal point. The 5 senses, going one through each sense and then feeling them all at once. So you get a focal point from your teacher where you choose one from the book, and then you're doing it in a relaxed way. So if you're like, oh man, my mind wandered, I'm so horrible at this. Well, that's not a relaxed way. You're gentle to yourself. When your mind wanders, oh, okay, well, back to my focal point. It's a good thing I caught myself there. I'm building that muscle of focus. It's just like those intense days at the gym where you're like, I don't feel like going. But you go anyway, and you don't perform at your highest, but afterwards you're like, I'm glad I went. I feel better. That's the same. Like, you can be very compassionate with yourself on those difficult days, because honestly, those are the days you need meditation most. Those are the days you need to be able to focus most, when you're distracted like that, when you're really stressed out by something. So being relaxed in your focal point, that's really the definition.
Relaxed in your focal point. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That says it all right there.
Yeah, and if we could have that skill in life, in our work, with our family, with all that we do, that's going to change everything for you. That's why meditation improves relationships, quality of life, happiness, joy. It's because it changes how you think and feel through the day. But you have to do the practice. Just like we got to exercise, we got to do our reps. And so if you can fit these 1 minute meditations into these moments in your day, if you can build up a practice, you will see the results.
Absolutely. It's just like anything else. The more you do, the better you get, and the more results happen for sure.
Yes.
So we talked a lot about some health benefits and some other benefits. Let's say that maybe we have imposter syndrome or, a perfectionist attitude. How can meditation help us with those types of things?
Well, perfectionism is a thing that I've dealt with since I was very young. And so I use a specific technique for meditation called loving kindness. back to that being compassionate to yourself thing. I think when we are perfectionists, it's the hardest to be compassionate and kind to ourselves. We're really self-critical. And so if you can take these loving kindness wishes, I'll do them real quick. We'll do like a 1-minute meditation and you can feel them for yourself. Then you're going to build that compassion, self-compassion, which research has shown is very beneficial for our mental health. Okay, so we're going to practice saying a loving kindness message to ourselves, which can be hard, warning, and then we'll say to somebody that's easy to love. You can think of somebody right now. Maybe that's your pet, maybe that's your child, maybe that's your lover, somebody that's just really easy to love in your life right now. And then we're going to go back to saying it to yourself. And we're going to notice how that feels. So you can, if you're driving, whatever, you don't have to close your eyes, but if you want to, you're welcome to. So imagine yourself feeling at ease, sending light to yourself, and say mentally to yourself, may you be safe. Just repeat after me in your head. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you be at ease. Now, imagine somebody easy to love. Imagine them smiling, light shining in them. May you be safe. May you be healthy. May you be free from suffering. May you be at ease. Feel that in your body, how it feels to give them loving kindness, how it feels to watch them smile and at ease. And then repeating it to yourself one more time. May I be safe. May I be healthy. May I be free from suffering. May I also be at ease. And notice how that feels in your body. Notice the results. You don't have to say those exact wishes, but whatever positive wishes you want to send to somebody, you can fit this through your day. Send them to other people, send them to yourselves. It works to send them to loved ones. It also works to send them to people who are a little challenging for you. May they be safe. It really helps you develop that sense of compassion and connection so you can have a sense of calm when you handle situations.
That was certainly awesome. And it made me think, I have the Aura Ring and I've listened to the people doing the meditations and things like that. They have short ones, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. And when you were going through that, it made me think, oh, I've been through those before, listening to somebody very calmly saying these things and how it really does put you in a whole different state of being.
It does. It does. And we have so much research on mindfulness meditation because that's been all the rage. But right now the direction is going is compassion meditation because that's one of the areas we see really big impacts when we can be compassionate to ourselves and others. We have better relationships and that sense of community builds our ability to work well with others. It's going to affect every aspect of your life.
Boy, I think we all can use a little bit more compassion in today's world. So many things seem to frustrate me anyway. I don't know if I'm alone in that with, service.
You're not.
Okay, good. That's good. I'm not alone. It's like all these different services don't seem to be what they used to be. And so I could use a little more compassion. I know for sure.
Yes, when somebody cuts me off, instead of getting all that road rage, I'm like, may they be safe. And
yeah,
it really
work on that one.
Yeah, I think a lot of us need to work on that one. Yeah, in my book, I have meditations for everything, including road rage, FOMO, imposter syndrome, people pleasing, you name it, because these are all modern problems that we deal with. And these little practices can make a big difference.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more, and I so appreciate everything you're sharing today. So give me an example of how meditation can help us learn anything we want to learn that's going to help us with our business, with our personal life,
Mm-hmm.
whatever it might be. How can meditation help us with that?
Well, meditation is boot camp for your focus. It truly is. And that's going to help you learn better. But another thing about meditation, you remember we were talking about earlier how it helps you to notice your thoughts and not believe them. Well, we begin to think about thinking. This is a meta skill. It's called metacognition. You become better at thinking about your own thinking. You become aware that you're aware. That's meta awareness. These meta skills, according to researchers, help us learn everything better. These are types of skills that we try to integrate into early childhood education, help them to be critical thinkers and reflective. When we can step back and be observer of our thoughts and our awareness, it will change the way you perceive things and help you with critical thinking and creativity.
Wow. Powerful. This is so powerful and actually enlightening for me as well. So I appreciate that so very much. So how can we get your newest book, Meditation for the Real World? What's the best way for us to do that?
Head to meditationfortherealworld.com because I have a gift for your listeners. They will get guided meditations that are all less than 10 minutes, and they incorporate these tips for the 1-minute practices you can do in your day. So this will help you develop a meditation practice that works. They even include music that has been optimized to improve your brain waves for practice to get you into the zone. So definitely go to meditationfortherealworld.com.
Awesome. Any last parting comments that you think is important for us to take away from today?
I think the biggest thing is meditation is a practice that helps us be better at life, and we bring it into the world. One thing you can do is show gratitude for others, sending them loving kindness, but also telling them you appreciate them. If you enjoy this podcast, write a review. You don't even realize what a big difference that makes. But when you do something kind like that, take advantage of what scientists call the helper's high. After you write a review for the podcast, you send somebody a message telling them you appreciate them, pause for a moment. That's a great time for a 1-minute meditation or even shorter, and feel it in your body. Feel the results, savor the feeling of helping others because it makes a big impact. If you get Meditation for the Real World, also write a review for that. Writing reviews and telling people you appreciate them is really going to come back at you, and you'll get that helper's high and so many benefits. So savor it.
That's actually a really good example, because I think we have heard all the stats in the past where when somebody doesn't like something, they'll tell 10 people. When somebody likes something or is appreciative or wanting to share or thinking something is really good, they don't typically say anything, and they don't typically do anything. They just think, oh, that was really great.
Yeah, that's that negativity bias we were talking about earlier. We can override it. Now that we understand it, we can override it and spread kindness.
And be way more compassionate.
Yes.
Thanks again for sharing your very valuable time with us, Anne. I really do appreciate it.
Thank you, Anne.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm going to hop on over to meditationfortherealworld.com and get Anne's book for myself. And after investing your valuable time with Anne and me, I sure hope that you gain some insights and ideas that will propel you to even greater heights in every facet of your life. I salute you for your hunger for more, your drive for wanting to be even better, and your unyielding commitment for being the architect of your destiny. Please share the wisdom by passing on my Accountability Coach podcast to help ignite others, which can be found on most podcast platforms and in most English-speaking countries, and of course on accountabilitycoach.com. And subscribe to the Accountability Minute for daily guidance on proven business success principles. Want more business success resources and tips? Well, of course you do. Subscribe to my blog by going to accountabilitycoach.com/blog. and always aim for what you want each and every single day. Until next time, make it a great day, today and every day. I appreciate you listening.